Hey guys, so my name is Carter Bounds. I just had the Nuss procedure done. Let's see, it's about 11 o'clock right now. I had it done at, I would say about 1:30. Got out of surgery around 2:30 to 3. I spent probably about 4 or so hours in recovery until around 7 or 8 o'clock tonight. And then I'm in my room. As you can see, it actually looks really well. I know I have this really big, like, line across my chest. They're not really sure what that's from. I think maybe when they put the bar in, I'm not entirely sure. Let me see. I have incision on this side. Right here is where they put the bar in. There's where they use the scope so they can see. And then same thing on this side. They just have the one incision right there. And you can see this runs across, so I think it's just maybe from when they put the bar in or something like that. You can kind of tell it looks a lot better. You can see my ribs still flare a bit. Doesn't seem as bad as it used to be. Chest does seem to go in just a tad right there, but this is noticeably better from how it ever used to be. I'll show you guys a picture in the video of what it used to look like. I actually feel really good right now. When I got out of surgery, it was kind of rough in recovery. I was in a lot of pain, kind of trying to figure out how to breathe without it hurting much. You definitely take very shallow breaths, and you kind of learn like what hurts and what doesn't. So like right now, I take a nice shallow breath. I start to take like a little bit more of a medium deep breath, and it doesn't hurt too much. But I can tell it's gonna start to be uncomfortable if I breathe anymore. Really though, I was kind of anxious. Like once I got to the hospital this early this afternoon, and kind of realized like I was gonna be having this done, and like going back into the operating room, it's a little just a little intimidating when you get there. You almost think like, I don't know if I want to do this, but my nerves seemed to calm down a little bit. They gave me some stuff to kind of ease my anxiety. They gave me the epidural, and that took a little while. And then after they did that, they put me under, and I honestly took like 2 or 3 breaths and started counting, and before I knew it, I was out of it. I woke up in the recovery room and was kind of dazed for a while, and in pain, and kind of starting to cope with everything as I got my pain under control. So right now I have, see, this is for my epidural, and then they've got an IV and everything for me. So right now the epidural is actually doing, at least earlier it was doing most of the pain control. I have a button somewhere I can press. I haven't been able to press it much at all lately, so that's kind of a good thing. It's this button right here. I press that if it ever hurts. I haven't needed to press that since I've been in my room really much at all. They had to transfer beds for me, so I did it then, but that really didn't even hurt very much. I don't think of anything else. So I have like an IV in my arm that they're giving me also some pain meds through, because the epidural basically it goes in your spine, and it kind of like numbs this area. It's supposed to control like that pain, and then the IV is kind of for like the whole rest of your body, just like take away like any other pain or anything like that. They said I'll have the epidural for at least about 3 or so days, and I'll obviously have the IV hooked up like the entire time I'm here. So right now their main goal is just pain control, pain management for me. Really on a scale of 0 to 10 pain-wise, sitting here right now, I'm a 0. I have absolutely no pain. If I were to take a deep breath or maybe move awkwardly, it might be uncomfortable, it might start to hurt. But right now, I actually feel great. The only downside, though, is my mouth is really dry, and I keep having to put on lip balm because my lips are kind of like getting really dry along with my mouth. That kind of started as soon as I got into the recovery room. I started drinking ginger ale, which I would not advise, because I started drinking that, and obviously there's carbonation, and maybe after like a couple hours or so, I started to feel kind of nauseous, and then I felt like I was about to throw up. And for me, like, I salivate, and I was like, I'm gonna throw up, and then I burped a couple times, and I was fine. But that happened about 3 or 4 times, and then um, didn't throw up in recovery. But now that I'm in my room, I've actually probably vomited. I would say at least 2 or 3 times. The last time was actually it wasn't just a little bit; it was a substantial amount. And I'm not really sure how, because I haven't eaten since midnight last night, and it's almost 11. It's about 10:45. I had apple juice this morning before the surgery at 9, and I haven't been able to eat or drink much of anything. In recovery, I had some pudding, and they told me I couldn't, so I had some Jello, and that's really been it. They told me I'm not going to be able to eat until tomorrow around I want to say tomorrow in the afternoon or dinner time. I'm more mentally hungry than I am like physically. Like, my stomach isn't growling or anything, but I kind of want to eat food, and somehow I was under the impression I'd be able to eat after the surgery, and unfortunately that's not the case, I guess, which is probably good because I'd be throwing it all up anyways, which isn't very pleasant. So for right now, I've been holding off on eating like Jello or anything, just since the vomiting kind of comes and goes. I think it's from I don't know if it's from the epidural or from the pain medication. They just started giving me something also along with so after the epidural they gave me the pain meds and something for nausea. I'm hoping that started to kick in now, because even after they gave me it, I threw up again. Since then, I've been feeling fine. Like I said, the pain right now, it's basically non-existent. I'm really happily surprised, because I was thinking coming into this that it was really going to hurt a lot, and recovery was going to be really bad. But right now I feel fine. I feel great. I've noticed that my drowsiness kind of comes and goes. One minute I'll feel fine, I'll be really awake or like talking to somebody, and the next minute I'll notice I will like doze off or like wake up and kind of be like, oh, like, what's going on? Like, it's really weird how it kind of comes and goes. It's getting kind of late now, and I'm actually surprised I'm not sleeping, but I feel great. Gonna like give you a better view of this. So it's pretty much numb. I can feel my stomach down here, and then I think it kind of starts to go numb right around here, probably even with you see right there where my ribs flare, probably from right about there up to just a bit below my armpits. I would say it's relatively numb the whole way across. I don't really want to press on the bar to feel it, but definitely tell something's there. It's kind of crazy when you've seen your body for so many years a certain way that all of a sudden you wake up and it looks totally different. It's a very strange feeling, but it's kind of also neat to see how this is going to look after the whole recovery and everything's said and done. And again, I'm not entirely sure what this is from. I'll talk to the surgeon tomorrow and see. I don't know if it's from when they were putting the bar in across the inside of my chest and somehow did that. I'm not entirely sure. It doesn't hurt at all, at least right now, because obviously I'm on a lot of painkillers. I see this side, it's the same kind of an incision. It's not quite under where my arms cover. They're a little bit to the front. You might see maybe an inch or so. And same on the other side. It kind of sits. It's mostly under my arm, but I was thinking I've seen different people's videos online where some were vertical. This definitely seems obviously like it's a horizontal incision, and then there's the one where they use the scope to go inside of. These don't really hurt at all. I've been very, very itchy. I'm not sure if that's from the pain. I think it's from the pain meds, like the epidural. I think they were saying that's kind of causes itchiness. So like my back's been really itchy, and same with my sides and everything. And so I've kind of been like just always like itching myself constantly in my stomach and around here. And thankfully it doesn't hurt at all to itch, but it's frustrating because on my back I can't really scratch because I have the epidural and I can't get near to that. And also trying to like roll or anything like that, It's definitely not very easy to do because you can feel the bar kind of, you feel it's there and it's not very secure, like it's kind of like it moves a little bit. Again, like my mouth is really dry and I can't seem to keep it moist. Like as I'm talking, it just keeps drying out like cotton mouth almost. So the bar, I was asking the doctor beforehand if I was going to get one or two. He basically told me he wasn't going to know until he went in whether it could fit two or just one. I kind of told him I'd heard it was better to have two, and I, was kind of would like that. But obviously, he's a doctor; he knows best. He's done this many, many times. By the way, the hospital I'm at is Children's National Hospital in DC, and the doctor is Kane, right? It's Dr. Timothy Kane. He's been great so far. He's done a really good job. Met with him back over this summer, and back in maybe June or something like that. And today's date is actually December 16th, 2014. So we've had this on the books for a couple months now, getting planned, so I could squeeze it in between college over winter break. I'm hoping that I'll be ready in about a month to go back to school. So the bar, I don't really know right now if I feel it or not. I can tell like this pops out. I have heard you kind of feel it afterwards, but he said when he went in, he put in just one bar because I think he said there was only room for it. Yeah, so I guess the way my sternum was, he said it kind of like, I guess dove in more towards my spine, and I don't know if it was kind of sharp or what, but basically like just the one bar would fit in there, and I guess he said he couldn't even get another one in, I think, below it because there really wasn't a sternum there. So I just have one in there, but obviously, as you can tell, it seems to be doing the job pretty well. My ribs actually really don't seem to flare much anymore at all. And you can see like the dip across my chest is really non-existent. I think the bar is obviously right here where my chest is very straight across just below my nipple line. And so yeah, I've been doing pretty good. I wanted to make a little bit longer video before the surgery, but it's kind of ran out of time getting everything prepped and having to come back here. But as you can tell, I sound like myself. I'm not in any excruciating pain. I haven't had any really negative reactions with the pain meds. Obviously, I've had a little bit of vomiting, but it's not that bad. I would just definitely recommend be careful what you drink. Like if you drink soda, like ginger ale, you could run into the same issues I had, where the carbonation kind of builds up, and when you feel like you have to vomit, you end up just burping and it goes away. But it's not very comfortable because all of a sudden you have to quickly sit up in your bed using the bed because if you can't sit up on your own, and then it's not a good feeling. Other than that, I'm trying to think of anything else pertinent. Yeah, so tomorrow physical therapy, come get me out of bed. I think I'll be up for it. I feel great right now. I have a catheter in, so I was kind of wondering like how getting up, moving around is going to be. It's actually fine. It doesn't hurt at all. It's nice because you don't have to get up and go to the bathroom at all, and you really forget it's even there. I definitely recommend, obviously, like drinking a lot of fluids like before your surgery. That way, when you get in here, you're not dehydrated at all, and also, like my mouth is being very dry. I drank a lot of water too, so obviously I don't know how much that helped or not, but I can imagine if I didn't drink as much, it would be even much drier. Let me show you on my legs. I actually have, I'm not even sure what they call these. So I have these compression devices, and they're designed to they just kind of randomly inflate with air on each leg, and they release, and it's to keep my legs from getting any blood clots or anything like that. So you can see that goes, and then it stays inflated, and eventually it will slowly release. So they have those on me because I'm in bed so much, and obviously they don't want me to get any clots. And I've heard of many times people get blood clots in their legs, and it goes to the heart or their brain, and that can obviously be very bad. I don't think is there anything else important to talk about. I just, again, I'm.
You didn't have any issues with your throat or anything like you said you might?
Yeah, because they put like a endotracheal tube in. They intubate you while you're in surgery to maintain your airway and also make sure your lungs are rising and falling evenly because obviously they're going in right across your lungs and your heart. So you really want to be able to control your airway very well. My throat doesn't feel sore at all. I was actually kind of surprised because I'm a volunteer firefighter EMT, and we talked about using a combi tube on people and how obviously it's not very comfortable, especially after they take it out. The throat's gonna be very sore and everything. But I feel great. I honestly forgot that I even had that in. I just noticed earlier, like, oh, my throat doesn't hurt at all. See anything else? I was definitely kind of nervous going into this. The weeks and days leading up to this, I was fine, and then yesterday, kind of going around doing some Christmas shopping, kind of some last minute stuff, it kind of started to hit me more and more that I was going to be having this done, and it definitely I started to grow very anxious, and I was kind of like, oh wow, like this is my last time at home, this is my last time like going out and eating somewhere. Obviously I haven't been able to eat since last night. I'm not hungry per se, like my stomach isn't growling, but I really wouldn't mind eating some food. I'm gonna have to wait basically another day or so, it sounds like, and then I'll be able to eat like normal food again. Let's see. When I got to the hospital, everything went pretty smoothly. It's kind of funny being at Children's Hospital. They called me over and they said, "Bring the baby." And she said it a couple times. Then I told her I am the baby because she thought I was a 23-month-old, not a 23-year-old. Obviously, a little bit older than most patients at a children's hospital. But everybody here at Children's National has been great. Everybody's been very friendly, very nice. They've been taking great care of me. I'll kind of think of anything else. I'll maybe do another video probably tomorrow to let you know how I'm doing. Especially once I have to do like rehab and get out of bed and everything. But in the meantime, I'm feeling great. This is really nothing to be nervous about. It was obviously weird going in the operating room, being awake, until they sedate you and everything. But once I get everything done, they put you under, like, you don't obviously have a clue after that because you're asleep. And next thing you know, you wake up in recovery, and it can be a little bit rough when they're trying to get your pain under control. I know they gave me like some morphine and stuff at first, and I really wasn't doing too well. But then since then, I'm feeling great. Right now, my pain levels are 0. I actually feel like I could get up and go home right now, and obviously that wouldn't be a good idea, but just to give you an idea, like it doesn't hurt at all. It's great. And yeah, so I'm really pleased with this because I thought it was going to be a very rough surgery, and I thought, like, recovery was really going to suck. And I've heard of people being in the hospital for 6, 7 something days, having reactions to painkillers or pain meds and stuff like that. And I've seen videos online where people, in their first video before surgery, they sound great, and afterwards they sound like they got hit by a truck, or they have like terrible pneumonia. They can like barely speak. As with me, I hope you can tell, like, I can speak pretty well. The only issue I have is that obviously my mouth keeps getting extremely dry, and that's really annoying, but there's not much I can do about it. But I'd say if you're considering the surgery, it's great. It's so minimally invasive. I used to read up about the Ravage. I didn't really know that the Nuss procedure was an option. I know with Ravage, they cut you in here and they take out your sternum and put in, like a plate in there, and it's supposed to kind of heal like that. As you can see, they didn't have to do any incisions here on me. They just had to do, the small one over here. It's probably about, you see my finger there, it's probably about, I don't know, 3 or so inches long, maybe, give or take. And then it's about the same on the other side. I'll let you guys know like how they heal and how well. I've heard this one right here from the scope is hardly noticeable, and then this one obviously maybe a little bit more, especially on me because it's horizontal instead of vertical. It's gonna obviously stick out a little bit from the front of my arm, but frankly I'm not too worried about it because I'm really excited about how my chest looks already. I've never been able to have pecs or anything like that before, and the surgeon actually said to my parents, he's surprised at how much muscle I had there. And beforehand, it just used to cave in, like I could like eat milk or cereal out of it, and now it looks really, really good. So yeah, I'm doing really well. See, today's the 16th, Tuesday. I'll go ahead and post a video probably tomorrow morning, let you know how the night went, how I slept, and how I feel. And again, if you're considering this surgery or you're on the fence about it, really don't be. Just make sure you find a good doctor, somebody who's like done the surgery many times before, and people say really good things about them. Again, Dr. Timothy Keene here at Children's National, he's done a great job. He's been great, and yeah, this is a really great thing. It's nothing to be afraid of. Obviously, maybe not everybody's going to have as an easy of a time as I have, but I think all things considered, it's really not. It's not as bad of a surgery as you think it's going to be, and I know that in the long run, even when I started to get a bit adamant and nervous about it, I knew that over time I was going to be so much happier, that I was going to be able to breathe deeply, and because beforehand my lungs, my heart were kind of restricted in their capacity. So when I would go hiking and stuff like that, which I'm a very outdoorsy person, I ski, I go hiking, I do all sorts of adventurous stuff, and all year long. So I've gotten very used to doing a lot of extraneous activities, and I've always been fine with this. It's definitely made it hard because you get out of breath. It almost feels like sometimes you have asthma, just because you can't quite catch your breath. I don't know right now. I'm not obviously able to take very deep breaths yet. They gave me a barometer. It's somewhere around here, and I'm supposed to be like taking deep breaths with that and kind of getting my lungs more used to taking deep breaths, keep myself from getting pneumonia. But I'm really looking forward to after I'm done, and once I'm able to really go out and do the normal things I used to do, and almost be better than some of my friends hiking, because you think about, my body's been working twice as hard to do what it takes them half the effort to do, and then once this is in and I'm able to go out, it's gonna be so much better. I'm gonna be able to do so much stuff longer. I'll have better endurance, so I'm really looking forward to that. So yeah, this has been quite an experience so far. I'm very pleased with it, and I would definitely do this again in a heartbeat. Or if one of my kids had this condition, I would very, very adamant about them having it too, because I think it's really great for you. Complications wise, I haven't really run into anything, and I don't really think that there are many complications from it. So yeah, I'll let you guys know how I'm doing tomorrow, and until then, I'll see you guys later.